Hello and welcome again. My name is Keith. I am creating a 2D point and click adventure game in Blender and Armory3D. Okay, so what I thought it would have been cool was to, during some boring parts of my videos, pardon me, during the talking stuff like story points and whatnot, I thought it'd be kind of cool to do like a fake time lapse and record a video, and then speed it up to 2 to 4 times, and then run it in the background muted, so I wouldn't actually have to do any editing. So that there'd be something visually interesting to show. And then after I thought about it for a bit, I realized that if now I wouldn't be doing it every time, but there'd be a lot of instances where I'm just talking and it's not very interesting, and so I would want something in the background. And I realized that if, for instance, this drawing exercises one here. In fact, I might play part of it here in a second. In fact, I'll just do that right now.
All right.
And
So
let's play it. Let's mute it. And so uh, basically I recorded an hour of me doing some drawing practice with my tablet, graphics tablet, and I was going to. You can see here it's 52 minutes. So anywhere from 48 to 60 minutes, and I was going to speed it up 4 times, and then I was going to put it as I was going to run it in the background while I was doing another video, well, like this one that I'm doing right now. But I realized that if I was doing that, that's an hour for a 12 to 15 minute video. And so I was thinking, well, if I have 4 videos that I need to get out every day, that's going to be 4 hours, and I don't have. I'm busy, so there's only a certain amount of time of the day that I can work, and so I could get 4 hours a day of that footage done, or I could spend some of it on my actual. That reminds me, I'm already 3 minutes here. I'm not going to worry about it. But actually, I'll do it anyways. I don't care. Let's go to gadgets. Let's pull up the clock gadget right here. I'll just go ahead and start it, and I'll stop around 10 minutes. But so I was going. That's going to take me a lot longer, and all I'm going to be doing is like tutorials and drawing exercises and whatnot. And I'm not going to have actually time to actually work on the game or make videos for the game if I'm doing this all the time. At least not enough to maintain my 4 video day quota. And before it was really easy, right? Because all I did was I'd just record for an hour, and I'd stop it every 12 minutes or so. And I can get 4 videos done a day really easy, and I'm just working on my game, and no editing. That's why I set up the OBS to kind of do these little title and end cards. Here you can see this temporarily. If you notice here, there's scene, which is my main scene, which is what OBS starts with. I haven't changed the name yet. Title card, end card, and blank. In fact, I believe you should still be able to hear me when I switch to these. So this is my title card, and this is my end card, and this is the blank. And I'm thinking you can still hear me because the audio is still recording. But if you couldn't, those are just the scenes, and so I switched with them with hotkeys. So I was trying to avoid editing pieces of footage together, like intros and outros, and instead just do this card and have it play. Eventually, I was thinking maybe I would do an actual video intro. which I would just need to play. I wouldn't need to edit it every single time. Although I could have a save file and I could have had it already in there and all my settings in the save file, and I could actually kind of streamline my editing if I wanted to. But the point is I didn't want to do editing because I wanted to spend more time on my game, and so I realized if I made 4 hours worth of video for one day of video of my game, I'm going to be spending like a long time just making that background, that B-roll footage or whatever. So what I'm going to decide to do right now is I'm still going to do it, but I am going to do it at normal speed. And what this means is I'll have to do twice as many videos, essentially. Uh, but it's not going to be like, in other words, it's not going to be 4 hours of my whole time of my day that just spent on these background videos. It's going to be, it's going to take 12 to 15 minutes of background footage is what it's going to be, and that way, I can spend 2 hours for one day of footage, and in fact, if I spend 4 hours a day, if I can actually make sure that I'm consistent with doing that, then I will have 2 days of video. Every day I'll have made 2 days of video, and actually the further on, the more that I make in just doing this method is the more actual, it'll get longer and longer. In other words, it'll still, I'll never run out. That way I'll still always be ahead, and so that I'll never run out of content. So all that being said is, as far as talking and stuff goes, I'm just going to be doing this here. So I'm going to go through tutorials. There is a guy on YouTube whose name is Grant Abbott, or what he calls Grabbit Media, because of his name, G Abbott, Grant Abbott, Grabbit. Anyways, he actually gave me permission to use his videos, or well, I said one, but I think it's okay to do more than one, but in the background, so long as I credit him, and he was actually really gracious enough to allow me to do that. But half the time I'm going to be doing this stuff. I'll probably do that. In fact, I'll do one particular tutorial, which is a hand, quote unquote, hand painting low poly model of a tree stump. So what he did is he modeled this low polygon, meaning there's few polygons in the 3D model. For those of you not really into 3D, and then what he did is he used somehow used Blender, and I think it's got a texture, some sort of texture painting thing in Blender. So basically, you unwrap it, and then you can paint on the texture in real time, and you can actually see the outcome of it, and it's really cool. And I'm thinking of this for my game. Now, I know I've explained it before in a couple of spaces, but there's two methods to do my backgrounds. One is to make a background painting and then make 3D geometry for that painting to map the painting onto the 3D geometry. I can do it that way, or I can do it the way like I just said in that tutorial, where instead I make a low poly model of the background, full 3D, but a low polygon model of it, and then I hand paint the textures. So then it still looks like sort of a it sort of looks like a hand painted background, kind of, and because the textures are all hand painted, and but it's still 3D model, so I can like move camera and do parallaxing and that sort of thing. So that was a tutorial I was looking at. I was like, yeah, I really want to do that. So I might do it that ways. I might do the deal with doing the full textured 3D model, or I might just do it the other way. So I'll probably try to test both methods. In fact, you'll probably see a video where I try to do that. In any case, um, what was I going to say? He gave me permission to actually show that in the background, so I'll probably do that a couple of times. But I realized also that when I'm doing tutorials, just general purpose, Blender and grease pencil and Armory tutorials, that I can do them on screen. But since I have a separate monitor, I can put the actual tutorial video or web page on my second monitor, and then just show you what I'm doing with my monitor, and I can mute the desktop sound so that the video's audio isn't in there, so I don't get like some copyright strike or something. But then you'll actually see me going through a tutorial, and actually the tutorials will still be as background footage for my other regular videos. That actually works on the game. So I just wanted to basically say that it looks like I've hit about my 12-minute mark thereabouts, and I will see you in the next video. Let's pause that, and then let's go to the end screen. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, whatever. And I will see you in a little bit.